Today, I'm taking you on a trip to Pleasure Beach Resort, aka Blackpool Pleasure Beach. The sun was shining, the queues were long. I get to ride my favourite roller coasters, Icon and Grand National, as well as riding Enso. Stay tuned to find out if paying for Enso is worth it. Okay, so I've got here and oh my goodness, it looks like it's going to be a very, very busy day. The sun is just beaming down. It is so nice. I got a little bit upset getting here. I had a bit of a cry on the way in because the last time I was here, I was with my husband, right? So got a little bit emotional. And then the guy on the parking thing said, "Oh, Smith's a lovely name." And I was like, I know. I'll always be a Smith. But I'm just going to head through now because there's so many people going. So I don't want to be in a mass IQ. So I'm just going to head in and just stand and wait in the sunshine. Why not? To get to the entrance of Pleasure Beach Resort, you have to walk through their shop, which to me is probably one of the most impressive merchandise stores I've ever been in. When I got to the entrance, I couldn't get over just how busy it was at 9:30 a.m. in the morning. It was safe to say I was preparing myself for a super busy day and was very grateful for my VIP Speedy Pass. When I got into the park, I headed for the guest services as I didn't know how to get the Speedy Pass on my phone, so needed a bit of help. Technology is not my strong point. Okay, I've just got in. I've got my Speedy Pass sorted. I've got no idea where I'm going, but I want to go to Icon. The queue for Icon was ridiculously long, and I didn't know where the Speedy Pass line was. So I decided to make my way to the big one instead and asked a member of staff for a bit of help using the Speedy Pass system on my phone. I really had no clue. I've just been on the big one, so I use my Speedy Pass. It's very complicated. I'm heading to Icon now. I've got no idea where the fast track for Icon is, but I've got to wait 6 minutes. I'll try and show you guys how it works because the whole fast pass system here is very different. So I'll try and do like a bit of an explanation. There's Icon. So I'm going to try and figure this one out because I've got no idea. I really don't. But the big one, the drop's good. But apart from that, it's just a little bit boring. But it's a nostalgic ride. Okay, so very confusing. I had to go to the Icons exit to try and ask where the Speedy Pass is, and apparently I've got to go to the Big Dipper. Very, very, very confusing. They really need to sort this one out. Right, I found it. I was getting a bit confused, but I found it. So I've just had a ride on Icon, and while I was riding Icon, I was waiting in the Speedy Pass queue. So I'm coming on for another ride. But I'm actually not sure if I prefer Icon to Hyperia, because Icon is just so incredibly smooth. But yeah, I'm going on it again. I decided to have another ride on the big one, a third ride on Icon, as well as a ride on the Big Dipper, making good use of my Speedy Pass. I always loved the nostalgia of the old rides. The Big Dipper turned 100 years old last year. I've literally never seen Blackpool as busy as this before. I'm definitely grateful for my Speedy Pass. But oh my goodness, I'm heading to Grand National now. I've been on the Big Dipper. It's just so cool to ride a nostalgic ride, something that's 100 years old. That is so cool. And then I just can't get going. And then I've been on Icon for a third time. That broke down. Or they were adding another train, I don't know. And now I'm heading to the Grand National because it's my favourite woody here. People think I'm nuts, but I love it. And then I'm probably going to head to Infusion, because with the VIP Speedy Pass, I'm actually not having to wait that long. So, but the annoying thing about it is that you can only book one ride at a time. So I think the big one has a 20-minute fast track queue, which is a little bit annoying. yeah, I'll just see how the day pans out. It's just so busy, but sun is shining. So that's a good thing, because last year I was absolutely freezing. I think I'm going the right way to the Grand National. I've got no idea. I've just been on the Grand National and oh my goodness, operations were just so painfully slow. So it took like half an hour, I think, to get on it. I've booked a Speedy Pass for Infusion, so I'm gonna get on that now. But yeah, like they don't even have 4 trains on the Grand National, they only have 2, and then to get them turned around it's taken forever. But oh, I love that ride. I got the middle seats of the back row and loved it. And then the people behind were like, I hate this ride. And I was like, I love it. But oh, I've just been given a notification to say my fast pass is ready. I've just got off Infusion and that is probably the worst roller coaster I've ever been on in my life. After a head-banging session on Infusion that knocked me out for a second or two, I decided to head to Nickelodeon Streak, another old wooden roller coaster but surprisingly smooth despite its age. Oh my goodness, I've just been on Nickelodeon Streak. The operations on that were terrible. Just one train and it is so busy. I think one of my friends said that it was like 3 hours for the big one. Now I've apparently got a 12-minute wait for the big one if I waited in the queue now for it, but I'm going on Revolution. Just because I'd like to try and get most of them, like get them all done kind of thing. Get all the roller coasters done, because there's quite a few here. But my goodness, I've never seen Blackpool this busy. And Revolution's queue is huge. I don't like walking up here. I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm frightened of heights. On the way to Revolution, I walked past Avalanche, which I didn't actually ride this time purely because of the slow operations across the park. Just been on Revolution. I hate climbing these stairs. I get so frightened, but I'm just so happy that I'm no longer anemic because I can actually enjoy the ride now. I'm going on Steeplechase now, but I can actually enjoy the rides. Like Revolution I didn't enjoy last year because I blacked out, but I could actually enjoy it because I'm no longer anemic. So feeling very grateful right now. Gosh. Gonna go to Steeplechase and then I don't know what I'm gonna do after that. Just had a super duper painful ride on Steeplechase, my poor hips. But now my Speedy Pass is ready for the big one, so I'm going to go back on the big one just because. So the big one's broke down and I got sick of waiting. So I'm going to go back on Icon. I don't know what's happening to my phone, but it's just super busy and their operations aren't very good, so it just becomes a bit annoying. I think it's way too crowded. Like, look at the Icon queue. It's craziness. So I went to Icon because the big one was closed. So I went to the big one first, queued for that, then that was down. So then I went to Icon, and the fast track queue for that was horrendous, so I decided to cancel that. And then I decided to come to the Grand National, and never guess what? It's down. So I think I've like given up kind of thing, so I'm gonna go and grab a bit of food, hopefully if the queues aren't huge. I'm not actually sure if I'm gonna go home early because I'm starting to get a bit annoyed. Don't know what it is with UK parks, honestly. But yeah, give me a rainy day at Thorpe Park with Tom from LS Enthused any day. But yeah, I'm gonna go and grab some food. Oh my goodness, it was even hard work to get food. I've just got a ham sandwich and a muffin. I'm just gonna get these down me and just chill out for a bit and decide what I'm gonna do, because it's just ridiculous and it's actually starting to get on my nerves. Just a shame. I'm actually gonna complain, to be honest, and see if I can get a refund on my Speedy Pass. Just because of how dire it's been. Especially with the operations. I hate putting like negative spins on stuff, but today's been pretty naff. I'm sorry guys, but I chickened out of Valhalla once again. So I've just had another ride on the Grand National, brilliant, and I've just been on Icon, and then I've decided to have a go on Enso, so I'm going back round and I'm going to do that and then I'll let you guys know what I think. So I went to the big one, it broke down. I went to Icon, fast pass queue. You can if you want. Coasters, thrills and airtime hills.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah.
What's the YouTube channel there? How many subscribers?
1,500.
What have you
Been
got?
doing it 6 months.
What's your name on YouTube?
Right, so yeah, I went to the big one. That one was closed. Then I went to Icon. The fast track queue was huge, so I decided against that one. And then I went to the Grand National and waited 5 minutes. Closed. So I decided to have some food, and then the Grand National reopened, so I fast tracked that one, and then I've just ridden Icon. But then I've decided last minute that I'm going to give Enso a go, which is the spinny part of Icon. So I thought I'd give it a go and see what it's like because Icon's my favourite ride here, I love it. So yeah, we'll see how this is. Oh no! So I've just been on Enso. Oh my goodness, that was freaking awesome. I absolutely love that. I actually prefer that to like the original, like just the normal icon. That was brilliant. I can't even describe it, to be honest. You've just got to try it. It's just brilliant. And the airtime, it's so cool. Do it on your own as well, because that's what I did. And apparently it spins more. Yeah, I'm debating whether to pay again. I just went on Enso a second time because I loved it that much. That is brilliant. Love it. Definitely recommend it to anyone. I'm surprised about how much I liked it. Brilliant. Completely changes the experience. As you can see, I'm very hot and bothered. It's a very warm day. Not fully sure what I'm going to do now, because I'm going to get home a bit earlier. I'm just going to get a video of this ride. After Enso, I decided to head back to the big one for one last ride, admiring Icon and watching Skyforce for a little while. One of my favourite rides, not, before heading to the big one. Just been on the big one again, and that was so incredibly rough. Now I'm going to go to Wallace and Gromit because I've never been on it before, and then I think I'm going to head home. But Enso, I actually think that is my favourite, so that is just basically shot to my number one. I like it better than Stealth. Yeah. So it's still quite busy. But yeah, I like it better than Stealth, and if it was free, I'd be riding it over and over and over again, but it's not. I had 2 rides on it. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, love it.
Where there's cheese. Oh, porridge today, lad. Tuesday. Oh, don't worry, man. That's my machine. Oh, it's got patent pending on that.
I've just been on Wallace and Gromit
thrill-o-matic, and actually that is such a good little dark ride. I really enjoyed that. I used to love Wallace and Gromit when I was little, so yeah, it was really good. It's definitely worth coming and having a go of. It's definitely worth coming and having a go of, because I've not ridden it the few times I've been, and I wished I had now. So I've just had another ride on Enso to end the day. I had a ride on Icon, and then I decided to go around and do Enso one more time. So yeah, today's been all right. It's not been brilliant. I feel like I've paid through the roof to have a half decent time. They really need to sort out their operations actually, because it's not really acceptable, but never mind. The sun was shining. I think that's like one of my terms, isn't it? The sun is shining. Everything's been on. I've got on pretty much everything that I wanted to. So I really can't complain. It's just a shame about the operations, just terrible for a busy day. But yeah, Enso is now my number one. And I laughed all the way around that. Brilliant. Whoever thought about putting twisty seats on a roller coaster train? Genius.
To give a brief explanation on the Speedy Pass, you have to add your pass onto the Pleasure Beach Resort app. From there, you select your profile in the Speedy Pass section and it will bring up a list of rides available for Speedy Pass. You select the ride you want and you'll be placed in a virtual queue, which will vary from ride to ride. When the time is up, you can then proceed to the entrance. A lot of you also know that I've had a bit of a rough start to the year. I lost my husband and the absolute love of my life to pancreatic cancer, which is the deadliest common cancer. If you want to know the symptoms, check out my video on this channel. It may just help save someone's life. So the big question, did I have a good day? I'm afraid it was a mixed bag. I love Pleasure Beach Resort, the sun was shining, and it was a super busy day, although single train operations and super slow operations really did let the park down. The VIP Speedy Pass was pretty cool, and it meant I got on quite a few rides, but there were also quite a lot of breakdowns, which did spoil the day for me. Their app isn't very accurate also when it comes to ride availability and length of queue lines. Despite the setbacks I had, I rode the Big Dipper once, the Big One 3 times, Icon 5 times, had to be done, the Grand National 2 times, and would have been more if operations had been better, Infusion once, and never again, Nickelodeon Streak once, Revolution once, Steeplechase once, Wallace and Gromit once, and Enso 3 times. It was worth every penny. I'll definitely be back because I love the nostalgia of the park, as well as a few of their rides like Icon, Enso, and of course the Grand National. I just hope to see Pleasure Beach Resort clean up their operations. Single train operations to me are just not acceptable on a super busy day like today. Catch you on the next one and don't forget to subscribe. The next trip is a super exciting one.